days that Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego were actually far better in countenance for a vegetarian diet. And they wouldn't eat the king's dainties or his pasties or his meats or anything like that, or flesh foods. And
but in those days, at least the plant matter had some substance. Yeah. It was okay.
Yeah, well, that's true too. In verse 18, now at the end of the days that the king had said he should bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar, and the king communed with them and found that all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king. And in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in his realm. And so then he then appointed physicians for these Hebrew boys, because he found them 10 times better. Their thinking must have been a lot clearer, without the flesh diet and without the pastries and the things that the king wanted them to eat. Okay, so now these fellows are captives, and Daniel's class is one of the wise men of Nebuchadnezzar. Remember that Nebuchadnezzar is the king of Babylon, and the children of Israel are taken into captivity here as slaves. And it's a bit similar to when the children of Israel went into captivity into Egypt. Now we're going to go into the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel chapter 2, beginning with verse 1. And in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. Notice there he had a spirit. It wasn't something separate from him. It was himself. It was something within himself that was troubled. And his sleep broke from him. Then the king commanded to call the magicians and the astrologers, the sorcerers and the Chaldeans, for to show the king his dreams. So they came and stood before the king. In the book of Deuteronomy, it talks about these people being, soothsayers, magicians, astrologers. They're an abomination to the Creator. But here in Babylon, these have been taken as wise men.
Sorry, what's a Chaldean? Chaldean, sorry?
That's the, I think it's the ruling class in Mesopotamia.
Oh, okay.
Then the king said unto them, I have dreamed a dream, and my spirit was troubled to know the dream. Then spoke the Chaldeans to the king in Syriac, and said, O king, live forever. Tell thy servants the dream, and we will show the interpretation. The king answered and said to the Chaldeans, the thing is gone from me. If you will not make known unto me the dream with the interpretation thereof, ye shall be cut into pieces, and your houses shall be made a dunghill, a toilet. The dunghill is just a place where they, out the back, where they had hills where they go out the back and excrete out there. So what's happened here is that the Chaldeans are saying to his wise men, saying, look, king, tell us the dream, we'll give you the interpretation. And he's saying, I don't know the dream, but I know you're stalling for time. If I told you the dream, you'd make up any interpretation to say we cut you into pieces. He said, you tell me the dream first and the interpretation, then I'll know that what you're saying is true.
Good luck.
Yeah. So in verse 6, but if you show the dream and the interpretation thereof, you shall receive of me gifts and rewards and great honour. Therefore show me the dream and the interpretation thereof. They answered again and said, let the king tell his servants the dream, and we will show the interpretation of it. The king answered and said, I know of certainty that you would gain the time, because ye see, the thing is gone from me. I can't remember what the dream is. But if you will not make known unto me the dream, there is but one decree for you, that ye have prepared lying and corrupt words to speak before me, till the time be changed. You understood that they wanted him to just, they just wanted time so they could come up with any dream, any answer. Therefore tell me the dream, and I shall know that ye can show me the interpretation thereof. The Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matter. Therefore there is no king, lord or ruler that asketh such things as any magician or astrologer or Chaldean. And it is a rare thing that the king requireth, and there is none other that can show it before the king except the gods, whose dwelling is not with flesh. So they knew a little bit about the the Heavenly Father, the Creator, through the Hebrews that they had there. And they knew that he was not a flesh-dwelling God, or one made of rocks or stones or wood. For this cause the king was angry and very furious, and commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. And the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain, and they sought Daniel and his fellows to be slain. Then Daniel answered with counsel and wisdom to Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, which was gone forth to slay the wise men of Babylon. He answered and said to Arioch, the king's captain, "Why is the decree so hasty from the king?" Then Arioch made the thing known to Daniel. Then Daniel went in and desired of the king that he would give him time, and that he would show the king the interpretation. Then Daniel went to his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his companions, that they would desire mercies of the God of heaven concerning this secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. So he straight away gave credit to where the answer was coming from. Daniel answered and said, "Blessed be the name of God." Well, it should be the name of yhwh, shouldn't it, if that's his name? YHWH. "For ever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. He changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding." So the vision was about setting up of kings. It was about the changing seasons, the times, different times, and he says in verse 22, "He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who hast given me wisdom and might, and hast made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter." Therefore Daniel went in unto Arioch, whom the king had ordained to destroy the wise men of Babylon. He went and said thus unto him, "Destroy not the wise men of Babylon. Bring me in before the king, and I will show the king the interpretation." Then Arioch brought in Daniel before the king in haste, and said thus unto him, "I have found a man of the captives of Judah that will make known unto the king the interpretation." So Arioch here started taking credit himself, where Daniel, he gave credit to the Creator. And you see a totally different spirit in Arioch here. The king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, "Art thou able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen, and the interpretation thereof?" Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, "The secret which the king hath demanded," and here he starts making fun of the other supposed wise men. He says, "Cannot the wise men, the astrologers and the magicians and the soothsayers show unto the king?" And then he says, "But there is a God in heaven that reveals secrets and maketh known to the king, Nebuchadnezzar, what shall be in the latter days." Notice again, what's the dreams about the latter days, or the future. "Thy dream and the vision of thy head upon thy bed are these. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, what should come to pass hereafter." So when Nebuchadnezzar first went to bed, he was thinking about the future. How long will Babylon rule the world? What part am I going to play in this rulership? He was thinking about the future. And Daniel, before he even tells him what the dream is going to be, he gives credit to his Creator, which is a very humble act. And he says, "Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these." He said, "As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, what should come to pass hereafter. And he that revealeth secrets maketh known unto thee what shall come to pass." So he's telling you, I'm going to tell you something that's future. It's a future prophecy here.